So this shocking news shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone, but yeah, the allegedly RTX 3060 Ti is real. In fact, it may come way sooner than we first anticipated. Nvidia has already contacted AMDs, but it seems like they forgot to tell us about this GPU at the announcement. Anyway, in today's video we're gonna look at everything you need to know about this graphics card targeting 1440p. We got performance, specifications, release date and pricing. And in case you're new to this channel, I mostly cover gaming PC builds, but now that there's a looming GPU launch upon us, we should all wait to build computers before these GPUs have been dropped. If you don't want to miss any upcoming PC build, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to never miss an episode. With that said, yeah, let's start with these specifications and let's throw up the entire RTX 3000 series to get a better idea where this card lands. I'm sure Nvidia hasn't really decided on the specific clock speeds yet. We still know that this is a cut down GA104. Now I know what you're thinking, shouldn't the base 3060 come out before the Ti model? That makes a lot more sense, right? I mean, have we ever really seen a Ti debut before a base model before? I don't think so. However, with Big Navi and RDNA2 just around the corner, Nvidia want to get as many cards out as possible to make sure that they cover as much of the space as they can before the red team joins the battlefield. And by the time the RTX 3060 hits the store, there should be enough faulty 3070 GPUs that can fit the 3060 Ti specifications. So if you think about it, guys, it makes perfect sense to release this GPU right before RDNA2. And remember, as far as we are aware, the base 3060 is supposed to be made on a completely new GPU called GA106, while this particular GPU is just a cut down of the 3070. And with this card, guys, Nvidia is heavily targeting the mainstream, and in terms of pricing, we're talking sub $400 here. And I gotta say, looking at the specifications, the 3060 Ti is looking very powerful both in restoration and ray tracing performance. Now stand against the 3070, we're losing about 30% of the cores. We're looking at about 1000 fewer CUDA cores or 6 fewer SMs or stream multiprocessors. And because each SM includes 1 RT core, we're only getting 38 RT cores. But still, thanks to this new architecture, we expect the 3060 Ti to deliver ray tracing performance on a level of a Turing-based RTX 2080 Ti. From restoration-based performance, we expect this card to hit 2080 performance. So yeah, we're looking at very impressive performance nonetheless. Now, speaking of ray tracing specifically, I want to touch on this super quick, guys. From what I've been hearing, guys, this is where Nvidia might be able to take the performance crown this generation. RDNA2 or Navi 2 is looking very compelling. Ray tracing performance seems to be on the lower side, and from what I've been hearing, the red team should most definitely I should say, reach Turing level performance, but AMD might not be able to reach Ampere levels of performance for ray tracing. But because these are still rumors, we should take these with a grain of salt. Speaking of the red team, AMD recently announced their cooler, by the way. Let me know your thoughts of the design down below. Now, going back to the 3060 Ti again, as far as this rumor goes, apart from the AMDs, we do expect to see Nvidia make a Founders Edition here as well. Now, as for power delivery, we expect to see a standard 8-pin power connector for these cards with around 180 watts of power consumption, and so hopefully it shouldn't run too hot, making it, perhaps, hopefully at least, a GPU that can fit in a smaller PC case. As for pricing, yeah, the GeForce RTX 3060 Ti is looking to launch at a price point around $399 US. Now, as for performance, because the card has about 20% fewer cores stand against the 3070, which is said to match or exceed the performance of the 2080 Ti, based on that, we do expect the 3060 Ti could end up being as fast as a 2080, but yeah, for almost half the price with also lower power draw. The card is set to launch in late October, so it shouldn't be too long before we start hearing more about this GPU from Nvidia. Now, I know what you're thinking, Nvidia is rushing out the 3060 Ti to counter for Big Navi. Well, I'm not entirely sure about that. Based on the leaked benchmarks we've seen so far, we are Right now 100% sure that RDNA2 is hitting at least 2080 Ti performance, and so as for raw rasterization performance, the RDNA2 based graphics card can definitely hit 3070 performance, and although it might not reach as high as Ampere does for ray tracing performance, Navi 2 is still looking very good. And if you don't believe me, just look at the consoles guys, and you see that there is a lot of power here. If you are interested, I got a few videos linked up down below that gives you a much better idea where AMD is in regards to performance. Now regarding the VRAM guys, you definitely don't have to worry about the 8GB getting filled up here. With this card, Nvidia aims at 1440p gaming with high settings, and for that 8GB is definitely enough. I'm going to test most of these cards guys, so you want to make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any upcoming episodes. Thank you so much for sticking around this long, and I'm looking forward to see you guys in the next video.